Hi, this is Rachel. I wanted to come on here to do a little Bible devotional about Lot's wife. The title of this video is called Remember Lot's Wife. Now, if you take your King James Version to Luke chapter 17, we will start in verse 28. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven, and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away, and he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall be servant. Now there is over 100 people in the over 100 women in the Bible. Why did God not say, remember Deborah or remember Ruth? Well, he said, remember Lot's wife. Now, if you go to Genesis, we will start in Genesis 18. Now go to verse 16. And the man rose from thence and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom, but Abraham stood yet before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous therein. The city wilt thou also destroy, and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after the manner to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked, be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous therein the city, then I will spare all the plains for their sake. And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak upon the Lord, which am but dust the ashes. Peradventure there shall like 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I found there 45, I would not destroy it. And he spake upon him yet again, and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, Behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place. And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold, now my Lord's turn in, I pray you, unto your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they say, Nay, but we shall abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came unto thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters, who have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came to sojourn, and he will need to be judged. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand, and poured Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they worried themselves to find the door. And the man said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out to this place? For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxed great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. but he seems as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hasted Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the inquiry of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he had escaped, for thy life took not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plains, escape in the mountains, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my lord. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountains, lest some evil take me, and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. O let me escape thither. It is not a little one, and my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape therein, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth, and when Lot entered into Zoar, then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plains and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, and he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and behold, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the city of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities and all which Lot dwelt. And Lot went up out of Zoar, and dwelt in the mountains, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, and we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he feared not, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow, when the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yester night with my father, let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may perceive seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not whence he laid, nor whence he arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Benonemi. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. Now, the Bible said, remember Lot's wife. Well, in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah was a wicked city, and God was done with the wickedness. He was done with the sin, so he wanted to destroy it. And Abraham asked God if he would save the city for only 10 people, or 10 righteous people. God agreed, but there was not 10 righteous people in the city. But he did save Lot and his 2 daughters, and his wife was rescued out of the city, but she disobeyed God. Like, she was in the rescue plan. She was rescued out of the city, but she didn't listen to God when they had one rule, and the rule was not to look back, but she looked back. She was longing to be in the world. She longed for the sins of the world, but she didn't want to listen to Jesus and what he said. Do you ever find yourself where you're longing to be where you prayed hard for God to take you out of? Well, Lot's wife looked back on what God was trying to take her out of. And she was turned into a pillar of salt because of her disobedience.